looked over his shoulder. Pathetic. You'll be crawling back to me before long. Just wait. I slammed the door behind him so hard the walls shook, but it didn't take long to figure out what he meant. Not even an hour later, he posted a video of his own, talking about our relationship, and heavily implying he was ashamed of me for stealing someone else's work. Of course, Leslie jumped into the comments to say, "Thanks for speaking up, bro." Then she followed up with a statement on her own page. "I still believe in the power of originality. As long as we stand firm, there's always hope. I wish everyone would join me in standing against plagiarism." Thanks to those two, I was instantly pinned to the wall of shame, labeled a plagiarist. I wanted to defend myself, but I had no idea where to start. What was I supposed to say? That the video Leslie created was originally mine? That somehow, by some bizarre twist of fate, the two videos turned out exactly the same, even down to the second? Who would believe me? No one. Not a single person would buy that story except me. Then, to make matters worse, some sharp-eyed internet sleuths dug up my alternate account and found the comment I left urging her to post. So that comment wasn't about excitement. It was fishing for material to steal. She really had the audacity to ask for an update. She basically treated Leslie's work like her personal content library. Reading those comments hit me like a punch to the gut. I had no idea what to do next. Even if I came up with a great idea now, what was the point? Leslie would always get there first. She'd post before me every time. That crushing feeling of helplessness wrapped around me tighter than ever. Looking at my channel, the one I had worked so hard to build up, I knew what I had to do if I wanted to avoid falling into the same pit I had in my past life. I deleted my account with over 1 million followers and posted one final message on social media. I can't prove that I didn't plagiarize. There are things I simply can't explain. I've deactivated my channel, and I'll be stepping away from this platform for good. All I want to say is this: I, Zephany Mills, have never copied anyone's work. Then I turned off the comments, disabled private messages, uninstalled the app, and forced myself to stop thinking about it. I packed my bags and gave myself permission to take a long break. After I stopped updating, Leslie couldn't hold back anymore, and she suddenly messaged me.
I packed my bags and gave myself permission to take a long break. I needed to breathe, to rest, to reset. I figured if I stopped posting, I'd finally see what Leslie would come up with on her own. The weight of the past few days hung heavily on me as I boarded the plane, my mind a chaotic mix of anger, betrayal, and exhaustion. I'd chosen a remote island destination, somewhere with no cell service and minimal internet access, anything to escape the relentless noise of social media. As the plane ascended, I vowed to focus on healing, even if just for a little while. My first few days on the island were a blur of salt water and solitude. I wandered along empty beaches at dawn, letting the sound of waves drown out the memories of hate comments and Gavin's mocking laughter. By night, I stayed in a rustic cabin, journaling furiously, every theory, every suspicion, every detail of my past life I could recall. One thought kept circling: how did Leslie always post first? On the fourth day, I stumbled upon a local cave tucked into a grove of palm trees. The owner, an older woman named Lila, noticed my lingering stare at a shelf of vintage cameras. "You're a creator," she said, handing me a mango smoothie. It wasn't a question. I nearly choked on the sip, surprised by how easily she'd seen through me. Over the next week, Lila and I became unlikely confidants. I didn't tell her everything, but I admitted enough: the plagiarism accusations, the stolen ideas, the feeling of being trapped in a loop. She listened quietly, then spoke. "Ever heard of temporal plagiarism?" she asked, wiping down the counter. "Not the kind you steal from a person. The kind you steal from time." I laughed, thinking she was joking, but her expression didn't waver. "Some believe ideas can leak across timelines," she continued, "like ripples in water. Maybe your